Hi 4311, this is Miss Green, and today for reading workshop, I'm going to read this narrative nonfiction book called Malala, Activist for Girls' Education. This is written by Raphael Fryer and illustrated by Aurelia Fronti. I will do this read aloud in two parts. So part one, I will do part one today, and tomorrow I will do part two. And you will answer some questions and post it either on a Google Sheet or Google Form. Okay, let's get started. Malala is born at dawn in 1997. She is the first child of Zordin Yousafzai and Tor Pikai. They live in the large city of Mingora, which spreads out across the depths of the Swat Valley in Pakistan. Their home is across the street from a school for girls that Zordin founded, the Kushal School. Malala's father is not sorry that his child is a girl, as some new fathers in their country might be. Zordin is very fond of his Pashtun people, but he is not as fond of some of their traditions. Zordin asks friends and family to throw dried fruits, candies, and coins into the cradle as they would for a boy. Malala grows up with the smell of notebooks in the air. It doesn't take long for her little brother to arrive. He is named Kushal, like his father's school. The two children run together in the classrooms after school is over, or play hide and seek with neighbors. They fly kites on the rooftop and try to touch the sky. Malala and Kushal look out at the city toward Mount Elam, where the snow never melts. Can you see the snow-topped mountains? Malala loves her grandfather's village, way up in the mountains, far from the pollution in Mingora. There the water in the lakes and waterfalls is pure. The nuts are abundant and the honey is delicious. In the winter, people make snow bears. But Malala does not love all the village stories, like the one about Shahida who was sold to an old man for marriage. In the Pashtun Mountains, even more than in the city, men are the ones who are visible in society and the workplace, while women stay at home and must obey the men. Most women, like Malala's mother, cannot read or write. Malala likes to climb up on the roof at home in Mingora, so she can listen to the sounds of the city, the chatter of the birds, and the words of her father talking about politics with his friends while they drank cardamom tea. They talk about how the Taliban, a powerful and violent political group, has set another school on fire. Malala's father and his friends hate that the Taliban wants students to study strict, very conservative interpretations of the Quran. They call the Taliban an ignorant group and worry that it will cause terrible problems. Zordin often shares ideas with his daughter. Malala knows that she's lucky to have thoughtful parents. Her mother loves a Pashto song that goes like this. Don't kill doves in the garden. You kill one and the others won't come. Malala thinks about what this means. A terrible earthquake shakes the region on October 8th, 2005, the mountain villages are reduced to dust. Soon afterward, Malala realizes that her father is worried about something else too. A man named Fazlullah, who is in charge of the nearby Taliban, scares Zordin. Fazlullah wants to close Zordin's school, his school for girls. Fazlullah takes advantage of people's sadness about the earthquake. Time and time again, through his local radio station, he tells them that their sins caused the earthquake. He tells them to stop listening to music and watching movies. He says this will make everything better. Malala's father is heartbroken. He rejects the use of religion to threaten freedom. But people worry. What if Fazlullah is telling the truth? Fear settles in the valley. Some people throw their televisions, computers, CDs, and other belongings into the fires. But the Taliban insists that even more needs to be done. People stop dancing. Beauty parlors close. Men stop shaving because the Taliban requires that beards are worn. Women's bodies and faces are covered by burqas, long cloth garments that flow from head to toe. The Taliban is on patrol. Taliban members arrest people who disobey them and whip or kill people if they resist the new rules. Zordin is afraid, but he dares to disagree. He allows Malala to speak out against the Taliban in a September 2008 speech covered by newspapers and television stations. There she asks, "How dare the Taliban take away my basic right for education?" She is only 11 years old. As 2008 ends, the Taliban announces another ban. Girls no longer have the right to go to school as of January 15, 2009. How can they stop us from going to school? Malala is upset. Her friends are angry too. They have already blown up hundreds of schools, and no one has done anything. Then an opportunity arrives. Malala is recruited to write about girls and education. Her first blog post, written under the pseudonym Girl Mackay, appears on the British Broadcasting Corporation's website. It says, "Diary of a Pakistani Schoolgirl, Saturday, January 3rd, 2009. I am afraid. I had a terrible dream yesterday with military helicopters and the Taliban." Malala's words do not stop the Taliban. The group goes farther north and uses even more violence. Soon there are peace agreements between the Pakistani government and the Taliban, but the agreements don't work in the end. The Taliban continues to use violence against the people. Then tanks and guns arrive in the valley. It is war. Malala and her family abandon their house and travel to the village where her grandparents live. They stay in 4 cities over the 3 months before they can return home. Mingora is again in ruins, but the Taliban has been driven away. Schools are rebuilt so everyone can study, even girls. Malala wants everyone to get an education. Malala is elected Speaker of the Child Assembly associated with the Kabul Kar Foundation, which promotes the rights of children. In this leadership role, she begins as a children's rights activist. But soon the Taliban returns to the valley. Schools are destroyed again. Supporters of freedom are executed. I think we're going to stop at this page. We have read 19 pages, and we will pick it up for the next reading workshop tomorrow. And just stay tuned for the questions that will be posted to go along with this read aloud. Thank you so much. I will talk to you soon. Bye.